Okay, before we even say hello to anyone, a question. Think of the best gift you've ever given or received. Not the most expensive, the best. The one that still lives in your memory. What was it? And why does it still stick with you? Jake, what comes to mind for you?
The best gift I ever got didn't come in a box with a bow. It came in a battered old envelope. And honestly, at the time, I was disappointed. But you can't ask a question like that and not answer yourself. So I'll save the full story for a moment, and you owe me yours.
I'll answer mine, I promise. I never ask what I can't answer myself. But give me a clue about that battered envelope first. I'm already intrigued.
Clue number 1. It was the cheapest gift I've ever received. Clue number 2. It's now the most precious thing I own. The price tag and the value have absolutely nothing in common. That's all you get for now.
I'm holding you to that. But first, hello, and a warm welcome to everyone listening. If you're new here, I'm Emma, and this is Jake. Today's conversation is about gifts. The ones we give, the ones we receive. Why some stay with us forever while others end up in a drawer, and what the way we give says about who we are.
And we'll get into why giving might be easier than receiving, whether experiences beat objects, and how to never buy a terrible gift again. Plus a little game, a confession or two, and a new way to think about every present you'll ever wrap. Stick around.
Right. So, Jake, the battered envelope. It's time. Who was it from and what was inside?
It was from my grandfather the summer I turned 18, just before university. Inside the envelope was a watch. Not a fancy watch, a plain, scratched-up wristwatch with a cracked leather strap. I remember thinking, this is what I get for finishing school?
Okay, I have to stop you there. My 18-year-old self would have felt exactly the same. A scratched watch instead of something shiny? So what did you actually do at the moment you opened it?
I know. It sounds ungrateful. And honestly, it was worse than that. I was hoping for money, like most teenagers. I opened it, saw the watch, forced a smile, said thanks, Grandpa, and shoved it in a drawer. I didn't wear it once in the next 2 years. I basically forgot it existed.
That's an honest confession. So what changed? When did it stop being an old watch and become the most precious thing you own?
2 years later, at his funeral, my dad gave a speech and mentioned my grandfather had worn that exact watch every single day for 40 years, through medical school, his whole career as a doctor, everything. And he'd chosen to give it to me because I was the one who'd asked him about his work, who'd listened to his stories.
Oh, Jake, that's a gut punch. So from that moment, the watch meant something completely different, didn't it?
Completely. I dug it out of that drawer the very next day, from under a pile of old cables, and I couldn't believe how blind I'd been. It's not worth anything financially. The glass is scratched, the secondhand sticks, but now it's the most valuable object I own, and I wear it daily.
And the secondhand still sticks?
It does. It skips every minute or so. I could get it fixed, but I never do. It reminds me that time is a bit broken and precious at once, which was very him. He was never on time in his entire life. The watch is honest about that.
That's the best reason not to fix it that I've ever heard. So, the greatest gift you've ever received had no price tag at all. Why do we value those far more than the expensive ones?
Because it's not about the object. It's the intention behind it, the thought. That watch said, I see you, and I chose you. You can't wrap that. No amount of money can buy it, and no amount of money can replace it.
You can't wrap that. I love that. Okay, my turn. I've promised you a story, and here it is. My best gift wasn't received. It was given.
Ooh, give her, Emma. This should be good. Who was it for, and what did you give?
It was for my best friend, Maya. She was moving to Canada, the other side of the planet, and we were both pretending not to be devastated. So I made her a jar. A glass jar with a lid, stuffed with 100 little folded notes.
A jar of notes. Okay, I need the details. What was written on them, and how on earth did you come up with 100 reasons?
Each note had one reason I was glad she existed, 100 of them. Some were tiny, you laugh like a drain. Some were big. You held my hand when I failed my driving test. I wrote them over 2 months and gave her the jar at the airport, so she couldn't open it until she was on the plane.
At the airport. That's cruel and brilliant at the same time. Tell me she opened it on the plane. Tell me she cried.
She texted me from the plane before takeoff, which tells you how fast she opened it. She wrote, "I'm crying so hard the flight attendant asked if I was okay." And then came the part that really got me. She said she'd read one note every day for 100 days. And she did. On day 100, she sent me a photo of the empty jar.
Okay, I'm not crying, you're crying. That's the best gift story I've ever heard. And the whole thing cost, what, a jar and some paper?
That's the point, isn't it? It cost almost nothing, but it took 2 months of my time and all of my attention. And attention is the real currency of a gift. Maya told me years later, that jar got her through her first lonely winter in a new country. A jar with paper in it.
A jar with paper in it. And yet we panic before every birthday, convinced we need to spend more. There's an entire industry built on that panic, and it mostly sells anxiety.
It does. And that's where I want to push a little. We overthink gifts. There's actual research on gift giving, and it keeps finding the same thing. The giver overestimates how much the price matters and underestimates how much the thought matters.
So the anxiety we all feel, will they like it, is it enough, is basically wasted energy? The research says the thought is what actually lands?
Exactly. Researchers call it the thought that counts effect. Funny because we say that phrase like it's a consolation prize for a bad gift, but it's actually the whole game. People remember how a gift made them feel, not what it cost.
We use that phrase to comfort someone whose gift flopped, but you're saying it's literally the truth. Okay, I'm on board, but here's my pushback. Does that mean we should all stop spending money on gifts entirely?
Not at all. It's not about cheap versus expensive. It's about the match. A gift lands when it shows you know the person. My dad loves tools. Give him a screwdriver he already owns, and he'd be thrilled because you thought of him. A stranger could hand him a gold watch, and he'd say thanks politely.
The match, that's the word. Knowing the person. Which is honestly why so many gifts fail. We buy for the person we wish they were. Or worse, we buy for ourselves.
We've all done it. I bought him this drone. He's never mentioned drones in his life, but I really want one. Classic.
The classic self-gift. Guilty as charged. I once bought my sister a book I absolutely loved. She's never finished a book in her life. She gave it back to me 3 years later, still in its wrapping, as a birthday joke. It's become a family heirloom, a failure.
A family heirloom of failure. That's the best phrase I've heard all week. Speaking of which, English has some wonderful, weird expressions around gifts. Top of my list, don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Oh, I love that one. It sounds ridiculous until you know the origin. You can tell a horse's age by looking at its teeth. So checking a gift horse's mouth means checking how much it's worth. The saying means, don't criticize a gift, just accept it gratefully.
And it's a perfect phrase for our learners because it's so visual. Now, do you know white elephant? A gift that's completely useless or unwanted, often expensive to keep. There are even white elephant exchanges at Christmas, where everyone brings a terrible gift on purpose.
White elephant exchanges are the best. They're the only gift tradition where failure is the goal. I once received a singing fish at one, a plastic fish that sings songs when you press its tail. It now lives in my mother's kitchen, and she loves it ironically. The singing fish is a family treasure now.
A singing fish? I need to see this. And while we're on strange gift vocabulary, re-gift. When you pass a gift you don't want onto someone else. Slightly naughty, but we've all done it.
Re-gifting, the art of giving with someone else's generosity. The unwritten rule, never re-gift within the same circle. Wait long enough that nobody remembers the original. There's a statute of limitations on re-gifting, and it's roughly 3 years.
A statute of limitations on regifting. That's going straight into my notebook. Okay, I want to push back on something you said earlier, that giving might be easier than receiving. That sounded like a challenge.
It is a challenge. When you give, you're in control. You choose, you wrap, you present. It feels powerful. But receiving? Receiving well is genuinely hard. Most of us deflect. Oh, you shouldn't have.
And in a way, we throw the gift right back.
That's so true, and I'm terrible at it. Someone gives me something kind, and I immediately downplay it. Oh, this is too much, you shouldn't have. I basically argue with their generosity.
Exactly. And think about what that does. When you reject a gift, you're rejecting the thought behind it. The gift is a message, and refusing it is like sending the message back unopened. Learning to receive gracefully, just saying thank you, this means a lot, is a skill, and a rare one.
And for some people, it's deeper than manners. Receiving feels uncomfortable because it feels like a debt, like they now owe something in return.
Yes, gift guilt. Some people can't enjoy a present without immediately calculating how to repay it. But a gift isn't a transaction, it's a connection. The best response isn't repayment, it's receiving it fully, and one day, passing the kindness on to someone else.
Pass it on. That's beautiful. And it connects to something I've been thinking about. The best gifts often aren't objects at all. Experiences, trips, concerts, a cooking class together. Research says experiences make us happier than things. We can't compare them or lose them, and they become part of our story.
And you can't re-gift a memory. But seriously, the best gift my wife ever gave me wasn't a thing. It was a surprise weekend away, completely planned by her. I didn't have to decide anything. That was the gift itself. My decision-making brain got 48 hours off.
Decision fatigue, that's a real thing, and a real gift. Nobody ever gives it, and everyone needs it. Okay, we keep circling a big question, and I want to name it. What makes a gift truly great? Let's build a list. I'll start. 1, it shows you know the person.
2, it costs the giver something real. Time, attention, effort. Not necessarily money. Maya's jar is the perfect proof of that.
3, it arrives at the right moment. A small gift at the right time beats a big one at the wrong time. A friend once handed me a pack of tissues when she found me crying in a cafe. Best gift of that year, no contest.
The tissues. Context is everything. And 4, it creates a memory, a story. The watch has a story, the jar has a story, even the tissues have a story now. Every great gift has a story attached to it.
A story attached. That's the thread through everything today. So maybe the real definition is, a great gift is one you can tell a story about. And by that standard, some of the most expensive gifts in the world are complete failures.
I'm stealing that for my next dinner party. A great gift is one you can tell a story about, which, by the way, is terrible news for gift cards. The safest, most forgettable gift ever invented.
Poor gift cards. They're the safety net of gift giving. Never wrong, never memorable. They're like the plain rice of presents. But let's defend them for a second. Sometimes a gift card is exactly right, when you don't know the person well, or when they're saving up for something big.
Okay, fair. A gift card for a friend saving for a flat deposit is thoughtful. A gift card because you couldn't be bothered is not. It all comes back to intention, the same word we keep landing on again and again.
Intention again. It keeps coming back to that. So let me ask you something personal. What's the worst gift you've ever received? And you can't say the singing fish. We've covered that one.
The fish was actually the second worst. The worst was a ceramic owl, a giant beige ceramic owl with glowing red eyes. It was from an aunt who clearly bought it at a car boot sale and forgot it was my birthday. She handed it to me saying, "You like owls, right?" I have never mentioned owls in my life.
A glowing-eyed owl for a person who has never mentioned owls? That's a masterclass in not knowing someone. So what happened to the owl?
It lived on top of my wardrobe for 5 years, staring at me in the dark like a judgmental predator. I couldn't throw it away. That felt cruel. Eventually, I re-gifted it very carefully to a charity shop. I still feel slightly guilty. Its eyes still haunt me.
I love that the owl lives on in your nightmares, but it raises a real question. What do you do with a gift you hate? Most of us panic. We keep it out of guilt or lie and say we love it, and then we're trapped with a beige owl for life.
There's actually etiquette for this. The rule is, thank the giver sincerely, you're thanking them for the thought, and then quietly pass the gift on or donate it. What you must never do is let the giver spot it in a charity shop window. That's the gift equivalent of a crime scene.
The gift equivalent of a crime scene. Most dramatic thing you've said this whole conversation. But it's practical. Thank for the thought, then let it go. Okay, can we play a quick game? I want to test our gift-giving instincts. I'll describe a person, and you tell me the perfect gift. Instantly, no thinking.
You're putting me on the spot. Fine, but the same rules apply to you. Person 1, a friend who just moved to a new city alone. Go.
Someone who just moved alone? A map of the city with all the good cafes marked by hand, with little notes. Here they have great cake, here the Wi-Fi actually works. It says, I've already imagined you living here, and I can't wait to visit. Okay, your turn. A colleague who's stressed about a big presentation.
A colleague with a big presentation. A coffee voucher's too boring. I'd write them a one-page list of things they're great at, for me, honestly, to read right before they walk on stage. Confidence in an envelope. That's a gift.
Confidence in an envelope. That's a genuinely good one. Okay, last one, and it's the hardest. A teenager who says they don't want anything. The most dangerous gift recipient of all.
The teenager who wants nothing. The final boss. My answer? Don't buy them a thing. Take them somewhere. A concert, a street food market, anywhere with noise and freedom. Teenagers remember being taken seriously far more than they remember any object.
Being taken seriously, that's the real gift. We've accidentally discovered the whole philosophy today. Right, 3 takeaways for our listeners. You start.
Takeaway 1. Listen more than you shop. The best gift givers aren't the richest. They're the ones who notice. That thing your friend mentioned in passing last March? That's your gift. Takeaway 2. When you receive, receive fully. Say thank you, mean it, and don't apologize for being given to.
And takeaway 3 from me, when in doubt, choose a memory over a thing, an experience, a handwritten note, a jar, a weekend. Objects wear out. Memories improve with age, like a fine wine, or a good cheese if you prefer.
Like a fine cheese. Now I want to give everyone cheese. But yes. And a quick language note for our learners. This topic is perfect for practice. Describing a gift uses the past tense, emotions, and storytelling all at once.
Yes, and there's a whole toolkit of words for it. You can describe a gift as thoughtful, heartfelt, priceless, sentimental, or a bad one as tacky, useless, or well-meaning. And there's the phrase sentimental value, when something matters emotionally, not financially. It's the phrase for things you'd never sell, no matter the offer.
Sentimental value. That's the watch, the jar, everything we've talked about today. And here's a beautiful formal phrase, a token of appreciation, a small symbol of thanks. You'd write it in a card. Please accept this as a token of my appreciation. It sounds lovely, and it's very useful.
A token of appreciation. That's going in my phrase book. And what about to hand something down? When you pass a possession to the next generation? The watch was handed down to Jake. And the noun for those family treasures is heirlooms.
Exactly, heirlooms. Though in my family, the heirloom is apparently a singing fish. Generations will fight over it. And the phrase I love is to bring back memories. Every time I see it, it brings back memories. Gifts are time machines, honestly. They take you straight back to the moment you received them.
Gifts are time machines. That's the best line of the episode, and it's going on the list of things Jake says. Okay, one more angle before we wrap up. What about gifts we give to ourselves? Because we've covered giving and receiving, but there's a third kind.
Ooh, self-gifts. The neglected middle child of gift-giving. Honestly, a self-gift can be the most honest one. You know exactly what you need, so there's no guessing. A new mattress, a course, a day off. No disappointment, no awkward thank yous.
No guessing involved. That's why it's underrated. But some people find self-gifting uncomfortable. It feels selfish. What do you say to that?
I'd say treat yourself like someone you're responsible for. If your best friend were exhausted, you'd buy them a massage without thinking twice. Why are you the only person who doesn't deserve that? Self-care isn't selfish.
It's maintenance.
Maintenance. I love that framing. Okay, final question, and it's the one I should have asked at the start. What's the gift you'd most want to receive right now, at this point in your life? Not a fantasy, realistic.
Right now, honestly, time. I'd want the gift of a completely free weekend. No plans, no phone, no obligations. It's funny, my favorite gift has always been a watch, but at this point in my life, the best gift would be its absence. What about you, Emma?
The gift of no watch. That's a beautiful answer. Me, I'd want a letter, a handwritten letter from someone I love, telling me something they've never told me before. There's nothing quite like it. Someone's thoughts in their own handwriting, chosen and written just for you, slowly.
A letter, yes. And that's the whole episode in one image. The cheapest, slowest, most precious gift there is. No app can deliver that feeling, and no price tag can buy it. It exists only in handwriting and time.
Exactly. And here's the thought I want to leave you with. You don't need an occasion, a reason, or a budget to give well. A note, a phone call, a jar, a day of your time. The best gifts are usually the ones that can't be wrapped.
Can't be wrapped. That's our summary. And for everyone learning English, this week, tell someone about a gift that matters to you in English. Describe it, tell its story, explain what it means to you. That's your homework, and it's a gift to yourself.
A gift to yourself. I like that homework. And it's true. The more you practice telling small human stories, the more the language becomes yours. Vocabulary is easy to learn. Stories are where English comes alive.
And that's why we make this podcast, honestly, to give you a little gift every episode. Real conversation, real words, real stories. We hope it keeps giving long after you press stop.
Okay, before we go, a promise. Next time you're stuck for a gift, remember, it's not about the price tag. It's about the thought, the match, and the story. And if you truly can't decide what to give someone, give them a memory. Give them your attention. Give them a jar.
Give them a jar. And if you're the one receiving, receive it fully. Say thank you and pass the kindness on. That's the circle. Give, receive, pass on. It never has to end.
Thank you all for being here today. If this episode reminded you of a gift that matters, a watch, a jar, a letter, tell us in the comments. We genuinely love reading your stories.
And if you enjoyed this one, share it with someone who's hard to buy for. It might just save their next birthday. We'll see you next time. And remember, the best gifts are the ones you can't wrap.
The best gifts are the ones you can't wrap. Goodbye, everyone. Be generous, be grateful, and give someone a story today.
And as my grandfather used to say, though it took me years to understand it, the watch was never really about the time. It was about the person. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Bye.